introduce Miss Stacy Marie Lyon.
Hi guys. Hello. Hello. Let me move this because it makes me look fatter than I am. How are you guys doing? Good. Awesome. I'm doing all right. I just got my period though, so I need energy. Oh, thank you. I figured all the guys would be like, oh god, this bitch is going to talk about her period. But I'm not. Just one though. What's the only thing worse than getting your period? Not getting your period, yes! Exactly. Do any of you guys have kids? Anyone have kids? Kids? Okay. Sorry. My condolences. I worked with kids for 5 years, so obviously I hate kids. I'm never having kids, and everyone that knows me agrees that that's like the only good decision I've ever made in my life. Because of this, I'm very adamant about birth control, and I was even more rigorous about birth control towards the end of my marriage because my husband, ex-husband now, did not know it was towards the end of our marriage and he wanted to start having kids. And I was like, oh yeah, great idea. And I quickly went to 3 Planned Parenthoods with a different alias at each one, and I got on the pill, I got the IUD, and I got the patch.
True story.
And also to be able to like do the trying at night, I invented a concoction, a little remedy that was Diet Dr. Pepper, vodka, and Robitussin. Which I later learned was sipping on scissor. And I was like, there I go, just being trendy without trying, like always. As I'm wearing like pajama jeans and a sweater I've had for like 20 years. It's crazy. Then I remember at one point he actually saw the patch on my ass. He's like, well, what is that? And I was like, oh, I got stung by a bee. And he was like, on your ass? And I'm like, yep, then it takes a year to heal. It's crazy to me like how much people care what women like choose to put in or push out of our bodies. Like from the day I got married for the next 5 years, people were so obsessed with when I was gonna have kids. Like everyone was coming up to me like, are you trying? Are you trying? And I was like, not to kill myself? Yes. I'm on 3 birth controls, 2 antidepressants, and I'm sipping on scissor at night. Can you help me? But no, they can't, because they're parents. They have a kindergartner sucking on the right tit, little 2 other gremlins running around, coming up, punching them in the crotch, and I'm like, I feel bad for you, Jesus. So I try to help, I try to intercept the punches from their kids. I'm like, hit me, ruin my ovaries. I wish it were that easy, but it's not, because every time I go to the gynecologist, I ask to get my tubes tied, and they're like, no, you're much too young. What if you want to get married and have kids? And I'm like, oh my God. Just like have a permanent handprint in my head from how many times I hear that. So no one will do that, but I devised the best procedure idea for sterilization. So this is my plan. First of all, the woman, me, I'll be the first one, pumped up with drugs, passed out, you don't know what's going on, you're in La La Land. They come out and they do, like the hose attachment on a vacuum? They like go in there, just suck out all your reproductive organs, just like slurp them right out. And then that's not it. Then they take those and go over to wherever and then put it in a blender, like a Vitamix, like a really good quality blender. Blend them all up, come back, flip you over, and do like a reverse, like Like, or they do an injection to each ass cheek, so you have like the perfect ass, like a just smooth, perfect ass, so you never have to worry about birth control or doing lunges ever again. And it's like all natural. Come on! That's an awesome idea. It's actually such an inappropriate question to ask a woman, like when she's gonna have kids, because there are so many women that, for some fucking weird reason, do want to have children, but they can't because something's like wrong with their body, and I'm like, God, why don't I have that? But so you know, it's a sore subject for them. So it's just a rude question. Like, how do you know I'm not barren from that one time I had sex with an entire fraternity at Chico State? That is a joke. I never went anywhere near a fraternity. Gross. It was a sorority with a strap on. Sisters for life. I was also a joke. I never went anywhere near a fucking sorority. Although I did, my friends say that I egged and TP'd one once. And I'm like, what? Like, allegedly. I'm like, that did not happen. I don't remember that. And if you don't remember something, then it didn't happen. That's funny. Okay, here's something true. This is true. This is a fact because I Googled it. There are 153 million orphans in the world. That is a fact. So how do you think I would feel knowing that because I chose to have a baby, that there would then be 153 million and one? Calm down, it's a joke. I really wouldn't care. You guys drinking? This is good beer. I haven't found a good one. I love to drink, like, I go up and down, like, you know, you do something so crazy, you have to take a break, like, or maybe you think you're done forever, like, you do something so bad that you swear to God or your parents or your significant other or the judge, or like, I'm never drinking again, right? We've all said that. And you know, that lasts anywhere from like 3 to like 11 hours, and then the next thing you know, you're at Taco Tuesday with your gay boyfriends because $3 for a margarita is a really good deal that Mezzanine must have. I just really wanted to say Mezzet. Who says that? It's a good word. Yeah, I'll quit drinking for a while, a couple months or whatever, and then I'm like, okay, I'm fucking bored, so I'll drink again, but I try to like, you know, ease into it, like dip my toe in the water, and then that's really never worked out one time even. It usually ends up just like a belly flop. And I had a belly flop of a night recently, and woke up the next morning at 2 p.m. from an unidentifiable location on a beanbag in an apartment living room. I had my purse though, so that was good. Fully clothed, so that was also good. Had my keys, my phone was as dead as my soul. The only thing, I didn't have my left shoe or my right contact lens, or dignity. But I was like, I have one mission, and that's to find my car. So I go outside, and I'm just like, I'm an optimist, so I'm just like pushing the thing, like hoping to hear a beep, wandering around, kind of like, I have to cover my right eye without the contact lens because my right eye is like legally blind, so if I look through it, it's like a fucking kaleidoscope, you know? So I'm just like, I'm kind of like hobbling around like this, like pushing the beepy thing like this, and I look like, I'm like a fucking pirate without the appropriate gear, you know? And I never hear the beep, I hear, Stacy! And I'm like, oh God, like who the fuck is that? And it's like, of course you see someone you know. He comes up, some dude I used to work with that knew about like if I quit drinking and all that stuff. He comes up and just sees me and probably just smells alcohol seeping out of my pores, looks me up and down, and he's like, somebody fell off the wagon last night. And I'm like, I was so shocked that he fucking said that, and I just kind of look at him, well, with like my one Cyclops eye, and I just say, I was riding around on a fucking wagon last night. And I fell off of it? I don't even remember seeing you last night, let alone riding around on a wagon. Falling off of it. Oh, that explains these bruises why there's blood in my hair. Wait, like a pioneer wagon or like a radio flyer? Such a dumb fucking saying. I hate that saying. As if I have any desire to be on a wagon, you know? It's like the last thing I want to do. That shit drives me to drink. Do I look like a frontierswoman? No. So you're supposed to say no, please. No. I learned all about the Donner Party, and that sounds like the lamest party ever. Did you guys ever play Oregon Trail, anyone? Yeah. Oh, cool. I wasn't even sure if anyone else did besides me. That's like the only thing I did in computers in school, so I still like don't know how to use a computer, pretty much. Like I just wrote a whole book and I typed it like this for 3 years. But I always beat Oregon Trail. However, you know how like all my kids died, so I would always beat it, but it was only by myself because along the way, you know, you like shoot squirrels and shit. But along the way, it was like Emily died of typhoid fever, and little Johnny died of like a snake bite, and then Tommy died of like dysentery, which you don't know what that is when you're little, but does anyone know what that is? No. And barfing and dying. Like, that's terrible. I don't know why that's in a kid's game. But I mean, it makes so much sense that I don't want kids, because like, back then I couldn't even have kids live in Oregon Trail. It kind of made me think, like, if I had a kid in real life, like, they're not even gonna make it to like the double digits, you know? Like, why ruin my body and stretch out my vagina if the kid's just gonna die? I'm stupid. The other day, my friend and I were leaving her apartment complex, and I'm in the passenger seat. We're waiting for the gate to open, and this really young girl comes up to the passenger seat to the window, and she's tapping on it. And so I put the window down, and she's crying, and we're like, what? And she's crying. We're like, what's up? She shows us a picture of a toddler, and she's like, have you guys seen my child? And my friend's like, no. She lives there. She's like, no. And I'm like, oh, I look away when I see children. And we're like, what happened? And she proceeds to tell us that her baby daddy that she lived with in the apartment complex just up and disappeared in the middle of the night. Just vanished with the kid, right? He just bounced, and she couldn't get a hold of him or anything. And I was shocked, you know? Like, I was like, what a fucking asshole. This guy just leaves to go raise your guys' kid on his own without you, and you're fucking looking for it? You have a second shot at life. Like, go to college, go start a band, travel the world and sample men. And this time, for Christ's sake, use birth control. God. I found a new birth control because like the 3 were a little hormonally and I can't handle any hormones at all. So I finally found something. I'd never like heard of it or used it before, but I guess it's been around for a while. I don't know, maybe you guys have heard of it. It's called anal. All right, that's my time. That's a joke.